ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। हरि ओम्। ॐ अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव त्वमेव सर्वं गुरुदेव देव। हरि ओम। My humble pranams to everyone. Today's satsang we will start with one Rama Bhajan. Our Chinmaya Mission famous Rama Bhajan. This tune composed by Pujya Guruji, Swami Tejomayanand ji. Because he is a great devotee of Sri Rama. मैथिलीपते रघुनंदना मैथिलीपते रघुनंदना रामा राघवा राजीवलोचना रामा राघवा राजीवलोचना मैथिलीपते रघुनंदना दीनावना हे करुणामया दीनावना हे करुणामया कमलनयना कौसल्यतनया कमलनयना कौसल्यतनया मैथिलीपते रघुनंदना रामा राघवा राजीवलोचना रामा राघवा राजीवलोचना मैथिलीपते रघुनंदना रघुनंदना। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। So we are seeing Sadhana Panchakam text written by Pujya Adi Shankaracharya ji. Because in Gurudev words, for any study, we need two rooms. One is classroom, another one is laboratory. In classroom, we will get the science, knowledge. But we have to experiment that knowledge in laboratory. These sadhanas are nothing but a laboratory. We have to do something. Whereas classroom is like we will get whatever we want from the teacher. Because sadhaka, he needs sadhana balam. So Bhagavan beautifully, he has written 5 verses on sadhanas. Each verse contains 8 sadhanas. So 8 into 5 is equal to 40 sadhanas. Sadguru prescribes to everyone. So 40 sadhanas. It starts from Vedo Nityam Adhiyatam. Every day you should study good book. This is the number 1 sadhana, first number. Do you know? Shall I tell one thing? The 40th sadhana is Parabrahme Asthiyatam. You should get establishment in the Brahma. That will be the last sadhana. Guruji always used to say, if you start from the first step, Vedo Nityam Adhiyatam, definitely you will reach the 40th one. You will be established in your own Swarupa comfortably. On the way, all these sadhanas are there. Among all these sadhanas, we have seen Karma Yoga sadhana and Bhakti Yoga sadhana elaborately. What type of karma we should do, what type of karma we should not do. And the next step in the Karma Yoga is, while doing, what should be our attitude. Ishena Adhiyatam. With that work, we should worship the Lord. Then the karma will become Karma Yoga. This is the difference between karma and Karma Yoga. If there is no God in work, it cannot be called as Karma Yoga. If God in that work, then the same karma will be the Karma Yoga. And with this Karma Yoga, that student will get Vairagyam. And then he will practice the devotion, Bhakti. Bhagavata Bhaktir Drudadhiyatam. We should always devote it to the Lord, the Supreme, the Father of the universe. Bhagavata Bhaktir Drudadhiyatam. Then approach a Sadguru. Getting a Sadguru is a great boon. We know the value of the Guru. Because after reaching his feet only, we could know what is truth and what is false. Because in society, everyone is a crow. What crow can teach? Because that status and our status is same. Where are the swan birds? We don't get Hamsa Pakshi in the society. The Hamsa Pakshi will only know what is truth and what is false. What is the ultimate and what is the imperial. So Sadguru is that swan bird. 1 or 2 in the society. So we reached him and we served him and we get tuned to him. Service of the Guru for the attunement with his thinking, with his knowledge. Then the student asked the question, Maharaj, Bhagavan, my Guru, what is called as Brahma? Brahmaika Aksharam Ardhyatam. You pray for the Eka Akshara Brahma. Until now, they call as Bahiranga Sadhana. And our purification experiments are purification spiritual practices. They are all meant for only one thing, that is purification of the student. Now, the main sadhanas are started. We call them as Vedantic sadhanas Or we can call them as antaranga sadhanas. Antaranga sadhanas means we should experiment with our own self. In Gurudev words, it is called subjective analysis. Subjectively, we should analyze who am I, what should be my own nature, what I am doing here. This is called antaranga sadhana or Vedanta sadhana. Mahatmas, they said, these Vedantic sadhanas are only 3. That is called Sravanam, listening. Second one is called Mananam, reflecting on the topic what we heard from our teacher. That is called Mananam. And third one is called Nididhyasanam. Nididhyasanam means single pointedly meditate on the teaching what Guru is teaching. These 3 are main sadhanas, antaranga sadhanas. Actually, they call as them as sakshat sadhanas. Sakshat sadhanas means direct means to liberation. Direct means to liberation are these 3 ones: Shravana, Manana, and Nididhyasana. Swamiji, we understood. The main import or the main teaching of this Vedanta is what, Swamiji? Yes, you said Bhagavad Upanishad, hundreds of Upanishads are there, Bhagavad Gita is there, hundreds of Brahma Sutras are there, so many gurus are there, so many texts are there, so much of teaching is there. But what is the main teaching of Vedanta? Or what is the main teaching for self-liberation, self-realization? You know, only one word. Whole gist of Vedanta sadhana is only one word. Oh, Swamiji, please tell Swamiji, what is that single word? Because as light, so we like. It should not be heavy. You know, the single word is Tattvamasi. This is the only one and only sadhana from Vedanta. This is the main prescription for self-realization. This is the gist of complete teaching of Shastras. Tattvamasi. Tattvamasi means, that's why they say, this teaching we cannot get anywhere in the world. They may say you are an engineer, you are a doctor, you are a rich man, you are a beautiful, you are young, you are old, you are American, you are Indian. But nobody will teach Tattvam Asi. What you are saying, that God, Tatta, Tvam, you are that. Asi. Suddenly it is a completely shock. That's why many people, they say, this spiritual teaching is completely a U-turn in our life. Until now, we are going very straight. As usual, everyone is going. When we heard about our own nature, that they are saying we are nothing but God himself. We are nothing but the substratum of the whole universe, that Brahma Padartha. Then the sadhak starts thinking, me, that Brahma, Tattvam Asi. Then the first sadhana starts, that is called Shravanam. Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji, for this Shravanam, he quoted the sadhana as Shrutisiro Vakyam Samakarnyatam. Samakarnyatam means attentively you should listen. Shravanam. Samakarnyatam means Shravanam. Shraddha Bhakti Purvaka Shravanam. To what, Swamiji? Shrutisiro Vakyam. If you want the direct realization, definitely it is the Vakyam of Upanishad. Shrutisiraha means Upanishad. You should get the teachings of the Upanishad. That is only called as Sravana Sadhana. We listen so many things, so much things. That cannot be called as Sravana sadhana or Vedanta sadhana or Moksha sadhana. This Upanishad teaching only, listening the Upanishad teaching only called as Sravana sadhanam. Shrutisiro Vakyam Samakaranyata. And you know, the complete essence of all the Upanishads, one Vakya if you want, that is called Tattvamasi. Upanishads are many, but if you want in one word, the complete Sara of Upanishad is that Vakyam is Tattvamasi Vakyam. And you listen completely from the teacher, a great Mahatma. You may ask, Swamiji, what is the proof? I am Brahman. The main pramana is Veda Upanishad. That's why he said Shrutisiro Vakyam. What is the pramana for this godhoodness, Swamiji? That is called Upanishad. Upanishad eva. Kevalam Upanishad eva pramanam. And then you listen this great word from the realized master, who know that truth, who traveled the path, and who has compassion on you. He is called teacher. He knows the truth and the path and the student, everything. Samakarnyatam, Shraddha Bhakti Purvaka Sravanam, you kuru. You do it, my dear student. Until when, Swamiji? Until unless you will get complete knowledge. Let him teach fully. Don't drop your guru on the way. Let him teach fully. If you are not filled, some or other way he will come again into in your life and he will start teaching. Allow him. Let him teach fully and he will come to know when you are equipped with this knowledge. That is called Shravanam. Then after Shravanam, Swamiji, Mananam. Mananam means Vicharana, thinking and inquiry. So already we told Vedanta advocates thinking. It doesn't say you believe blindly. You think yourself. How can I become the substratum of the universe? Boss of the universe. Now I am the slave of the universe. And now I am feeling I am a limited entity, but you are saying I am an infinite. I am feeling I have birth and death, but you are saying I am birthless, deathless truth. Satchidananda Swarupa. Here dukkha dukkha dukkhi. How? Think on your own. That is called Mananam. Bhagavan said, Vakyardascha vicharyatam. That Vakyam, Tattvamasi Vakyam is there na? That Ardham. Ardham means the import of Tattvamasi Vakya, you should think on your own. One more precaution is, many people, they study. Swamiji, I have studied 100 Upanishads, Swamiji, whole Bhagavad Gita by hearted. I know Shankara Bhashyam almost full. Viveka Chudamani, left and right, I can quote. These are all called Vakyam, Shabdajala Aranyam. But Bhagavan is saying that is not called as Mananam. Vakya Ardha Vicharyatam. Ardha Vicharyata means the significance of that particular teaching. Subjectively, you yourself connect with that teaching. Then you need not study all the scriptures. If you yourself know that truth, then what is the need of number of books and mantras? That is called Vakyardha. Tat all meanings I know, Tvam all meanings I know, Asi all meanings I know. That master said like that, this master said like that. In Gita it is like this, in somewhere it is like that. No, we don't want all those things. We want what is that Vakyam is pointing. What is it indicating? Think on that. Vakyardascha vicharyatam. Subjectively, you yourself think. Then come to a conclusion that what Shruti prescribed, And after teaching and after thinking, and you have to come to the same what we call knowledge. Swamiji, I had all Upanishads and Gita, and I thought of also. Finally, I came to the conclusion that I am the same body only. Then there is no use. Shruti siro pakshas samasriyatam. What Shruti is saying about your own nature, your conclusion also should be in the same column. Shruti siro pakshas samasriyatam. And my dear student, you should be careful regarding this mananam. Why, Swamiji? Because this self-thinking depends on logic. That is called tarkam. I don't know whether in outside of the India this word is there or not, but India, many people they use. Array, you are showing your tarkam. Tarkam means argumentativeness. Somehow they want to present what they are thinking right. They don't allow other person what they are thinking, what their status. Tarkam. This logic, two types. One is called dustarkam, another is called sutarkam. Bhagavan is warning. Dustarkat suviramyatam. Completely refrain from the dustarka. They will spoil your knowledge. They will spoil your faith. They will spoil your devotion. That's why dustarkat suviramyatam. Srutumatah tarko nusandhiyatam. Your tarka, your logic should be assigned in line with the teachings of the Shruti. It should not deviate from the master teaching. It should not deviate from the scripture. Srutimatah tarko nusandhiyatam. So Sravanam we have done. Mananam we have done. Swamiji, they say, Mahatmas say, no, as I said, Sravanam is 1, Mananam is 2, Nididhyasana is 3. Scientifically, orthodox people, some people they say, Sravanam is for Jnana Arjana. Jnana Arjana means to accumulate knowledge, Sravana will be helpful. Then Mananam will be helpful to clear our own doubts. Samshaya nivrutti. The main job of Mananam is Samshaya nivrutti. What all the doubts we have, that doubts we can negate in this reflection. Mananam. So Sravanam to acquire knowledge. Knowledge we cannot acquire in reflection and meditation. Knowledge we can acquire at the feet of the master only. Sravanam. In the teaching, if you have any doubts, that will be cleared by your own thinking. That is called Mananam. Then Swamiji, what for meditation? Meditation is for Viparita Bhava Nivritti. In meditation, what we do, Viparita Bhava means opposite knowledge what we have, that will be eliminated. Viparita Bhava means opposite knowledge. Opposite knowledge means Vedanta is teaching, I am Brahma. I am experiencing, I am a limited body, mind and intellect. This is called Viparita Bhava, complete opposite knowledge. These opposite knowledge we can eliminate in Dhyanam only. In meditation only, we will identify, we will check what is this I called. Is it a Shuddha Aham or it is body? In meditation, slowly we will get rid of our all wrong notions and wrong attachments, and we establish in our own Swarupa. This is called Viparita Bhava Nivritti. Jnana Samuparjana, Samshaya Nivritti, Viparita Bhava Nivritti. If you remove all wrong notions, then whatever remains, that is we. The complete bliss, unlimited pure knowledge, deathless, birthless, aham eva. Even I am the sakshi for my body. I am the sakshi for my mind and intellect. I am the Sakshi for Samasta Jagat Vyavahara. Pure substratum. Shuddha Satya Swarupam. So, the final will be Dhyanam or Nididhyasanam. Today, Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji, he is lightly instructing how we can do or how we should do this dhyana sadhana. Today's topic. Yes, Swamiji. We are very much interested in doing dhyanam, Swamiji. Why? Why, Swamiji? Because one truth we can say, Swamiji, if we do meditation, our mind will be calm, peaceful, happy. If so many things, Swamiji, definitely it is little disturbance. So meditation. Third verse I will chant, and the second half is called meditation sadhanas. Third verse is Vakyardhascha vicharyatam Srutisira pakshasamasriyatam Dustarkatsu viramyatam Srutimata tarkonusandhiyatam Brahmasmiti vibhavyatam Aharaha garva parityajyatam Deheham matirujyatam Buddhajanairvada parityajyatam. How to do meditation, Swamiji? The first sadhana is how to do, Swamiji? Brahma aham iti vibhavyatam. What is the main subject in meditation, Swamiji? Brahmasmiti vibhavyatam. The main subject in meditation is Brahma aham iti. Okay, one thought we should keep in meditation. The thought is aham Brahma. Brahmasmiti vibhavyatam. You meditate on what, Swamiji? Brahma aham iti. Asmiti. I am Brahman. And 2-3 points we should know regarding this small sadhana. One is, in Vedanta study or in spiritual journey, masters, they don't prescribe meditation in the beginning. In the beginning, they said, Vedo Nityam Aditam, study, work, do puja ityadi and seva, then listening, then reflecting. Finally comes this sadhana called meditation. But you know, I'll tell one fact. Even students also don't like this method. They said, Guruji, we would like to do meditation. Why don't you allow us to do meditation? All the time you say study and work, study and puja, study and work, meditation is such a soothing thing. Why don't you allow? You know why? Okay, I will allow to do meditation. On what you are going to do meditation? First to tell. On what subject you are going to do meditation? In the name of meditation, you may do so many things. Some people, they say, I am doing asana. I am doing pranayama. I am doing some kriya. I am doing something else. This is all not called Vedantic meditation. If you want to do meditation, you should be completely equipped with knowledge. One thing. Second thing is, you should be doubt-free man. In meditation also, if you sit with doubts, you will think the negativeness of Guru, bad about society. You are not pure. You are doing meditation, but meditation on negative values and ill feelings, they will be strengthened, they will be brooded. So that's why meditation is at the end. After equipment with the knowledge and after doubt free, then the student is eligible for meditation. Okay. Swamiji, then you said Brahma Aham iti bhavena dhyanam kuru. Do meditation with the attitude that Aham Brahma. In this process, two things we do. One is all wrong notions about us, we will drop. All wrong notions. Because do you know why? They are all notions only, not truth. In a particular field, in a particular time, we may act like that. It doesn't mean we are that. If I go to a bank, I behave a certain way. It doesn't mean I am a part of bank. If I go to supermarket, I behave a certain way. It doesn't mean I am a part of supermarket. They are different notions. They are not my nature, my own. In the same way, in our life also, so many notions we entertain. I am good, I am bad. I am a Punya Purusha, I am a Papa Purusha. I am a man, I am a woman. I am young, old. These are all called notions about ourselves, but not truth of ourselves. In meditation, when we started thinking Aham Brahma Asmi, all the notions will get diluted. This is one part. Second part is we will connect ourselves with the truth. For example, we take some teachings from our teacher. They say, my dear student, you are Nitya Asangi. Asangi means you are what we call untainted Jnana Swarupa. You are not knowledge of something, you are the principal knowledge. You have no birth and death. You are the same all times. Nitya Sukhaswarupi, Nitya Samaswarupi. Then we have to connect with that teaching in the same way, same I. The same I should drop some wrong notions, and the same I should connect with the teachings of the teacher. Then that is called Dhyanam. Finally, what are all the Brahma Lakshanas? We will sit on that Brahma Lakshana, or we will keep ourselves on that Brahma Lakshana. Slowly, slowly, Viparita Bhavana Nivrutti will happen. These are all Viparita Bhavanas, wrong notions about ourselves. That Nivrutti will happen. Slowly they will be shaken and diluted. Sometime they will disappear. When the knowledge get complete establishment. Brahmasmiti vibhavyatam. And one more sadhana regarding dhyana, Bhagavan is saying, Dehe ahammati rujyatam. In dhyana, we should do this sadhana. Dehe, in your physical body, ahammati, the notion of it is me, rujyatam. Rujyata means throw away. Throw away the wrong notion that you are feeling that you are the physical body. Do you know why Bhagavan is specifically saying that is as a sadhana? Our main core life attachment is our physical body. All other attachments, all our samsara is with respect to this body only. This Sharira Tadatnyam, Deha Tadatnyam is the main abstracting knowledge It doesn't allow us to know our own true nature. That's why dehe ahammati rujyatam. You completely throw away the wrong notion that you you are this body. And Pujya Guruji Tejomayanand used to say, you are sitting in this chair. You must know you are not this chair. You are sitting in this chair. At the same time, don't throw the chair. Throw the thought that you are feeling you are chair. That's why Bhagavan, dehe aham mati rujyatam. The wrong notion, the wrong thinking that I am this body, that should be thrown away, not physical body. Don't throw physical body. If you throw or if you don't want to throw, one day it will leave you or you will leave it. It will happen. Let it happen. But you should be equipped with the knowledge, I am not this. I am having this, I am sitting on it. Dehe aham mati rujyatam. This is very, very careful practice in meditation. And one more point I would like to tell, if you also can check, all our relations based on this physical body one. We say, I am the father of so and so. Because of whom? Because of body. And you say, I am son of so and so. That is also because of body. I am wife of so and so. I am husband of so and so. So all our worldly relations, main main central core is this body. So we should be careful. We should keep the knowledge always. Body is my equipment. Body is my sadhanam. But I am not the body. I am the owner of the body. Even jiva bhavatvata also. Even if you feel as a limited being also, even that time also you are different and this body is different. What to talk about Brahma Aham Vritti? If you go to the Brahma Aham Vritti, all bodies are your bodies only. Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Vritte se Arjuna Tishtati, Gita says. Hey Arjuna, Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Vritte se Tishtati. What to talk of one Bhuta, one Sharira? I am staying in everyone. Aham Sarvagatam Brahma. Each and everyone I am there. That is called complete Brahma Jnana. So I am not limited by this body. It cannot limit me. Dehe aham mati rujyatam. The first one is in meditation, the first step is when you sit for the meditation, the main thought is think aham Brahma asmi. I am that Brahman. Simultaneously, you drop the wrong notion that you are feeling you are this physical body. Aham na shariram. I am not this body. Two. And Bhagavan is saying, third sadhana. That is, this is also meditative sadhana. Ahaha, ahaha, aharaha. Ahaha, ahaha means day by day or every day. Aharaha, garva parityajyatam. Garvaha parityajyat. Garvaha means the pride, the arrogance. Parityajyatam, you must renounce that. The garva bhava. Because you know why? This garvam, one thing it is bad, we know. The second thing is it is completely a false notion. This pride. Please give up that. Don't maintain this garvika attitude or the pride, arrogance. I am that, I am this. No, no, no. Don't go that side. Aharaha garva parityajit. Not even a single incident. Every day you practice it. You know, Swami Shivanandi Maharaj, our Gurudev's Diksha Guru. Shivanandi Maharaj, he used to stay in Rishikesh. He's a great Sant Mahatma. And he got so much of name because of his purity and knowledge and service, everything. Everybody knows Swami Shivanandi. One sadhaka, very rich man he is. He got little spiritual touch in his life. He could know, okay, that is truth, this is untruth, and so on. Because of his grown-up style and society, his attitude is such a way that he is very pride. Because he has everything. Everybody used to respect so much wealth. He approached Swami Shivanandi Maharaj and he prostrated and he said, Maharajji, this is my condition. To humble myself, to practice humility, what should I do as spiritual sadhana? Then Swami Shivanandi Maharaj said, I would like to prescribe 1 week sadhana for you. Will you do? 1 week you have to do. This sadhaka, he said, Maharaja, definitely I will do it. And he said, every day morning you go to Ganges, that Ganga Nadi Tira. You go there. You take a bath in the Ganga Nadi. And then wait 1 hour at the bank of the Ganga, 1 hour. And do one thing. Whoever goes to Ganga and take bath and comes out from the Ganga Nadi, you go and touch their feet and do namaskar. Touch their feet and do namaskar. 1 hour every day. Every 7 days you do practically. Something will happen to you. This man, he did it. He has written in his personal experiences. After that, when, you know, all what we call clean people, great people, they don't go for bath. All types of people will go. Some are patients, some are beggars, some are ugly, some are bad, some are good, some are sadhu santa, some are asadu asanta. But your tapas is whoever comes from out of the Ganga, go and touch their feet and do namaskar. His heart, you know, during that 1 week, completely polished. All cuts were happened to his heart. Now it is shining. Aharaha garva parityajyatam. Bhagavan is saying, every day you practice to renounce your pride. What should I do? To drop my ego, to drop my arrogance, or try to drop it. And Pujya Guruji Swami Tejomayananji, beautifully he speaks on this sadhana. He says 2 points. One is, we feel, I am a millionaire, Swamiji. Swamiji, I have a big bungalow, Swamiji. Swamiji, I am a governor of a state, Swamiji. And Guruji says, Are, I am saying you are the boss of the universe. I am saying you are Brahma. How much you may identify with these worldly things and beings, they are completely very, very limited in front of your own nature. You are limiting yourself by this ego and pride. We are saying this ego and pride is boosting me. He said, no. This pride and ego are limiting you. You are making yourself small. That's why drop it. This is one cause. You are making yourself small. If you think this is me, that is me. That's why drop it. This is one. In the same, some people, they say, Swamiji, I have a big house, Swamiji. I have a big villa, Swamiji. Yes, this villa is yours. But what about all other buildings and all other houses? You are not the owner of that. Even though you may have 10 villas and 10 flats and everything, they are a little part in this society. But actually you are everyone. You are the universe itself. You are the substratum of the universe. By limiting yourself, you are thinking, I am great. No, you are limiting yourself small. With this Garva Bhava and the attitude, what I am having this, what I am having this. This is one. Second one is, if we think clearly, Swamiji, I am very handsome, Swamiji. I am very beautiful, Swamiji. Swamiji, I am Miss Universe, Swamiji. I am very rich, Swamiji. How long they can stay? This Garvakarana Vastu Sampatti, whether it is a Rupam or Gunam or Dhanam, how long they can stay? We don't know. Next day we cannot believe them. Same time, next day we cannot believe on this body also. Who knows? We may go out of it. So, we don't have any control over them and they are not permanent. Whereas the other side, we are that. And that is permanent. That's why aharaha garvaha parityajyatam. We should ready to drop this arrogance. And so these two are okay. And other type of sattvika aham bhavata also will come. That is, Swamiji, I am very learned man, Swamiji. If you see learned people, they don't allow anyone to teach them. Because they themselves, we can study, we can understand. I have studied so much in big universities, Swamiji, what your Vedanta is teaching. Panditya Garvam. That also we have to drop. Nahi nahi rakshati dukrun karane. Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji says, the Shastra Jnana, the scholarliness, it cannot protect when the Yamaras will come. Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate Aharaha Garva Parityajyatam. Sadhaka student log also, this Vedantic students also, they have another kind of garvam, another kind of completely, what we call, another line. He gives beautiful example, Guruji. One Vedantic student, he went to one company. And he needs one job in that company. So that company people, they asked this Vedanti Vidyarthi to fill the form. In that form, you know what is there? Date of birth is there. This man filled, birthless, nameless, formless, and he presented that form. And the management people, they said, you are worthless for society. This is another kind of garva. Aham Brahmasmi. You need not speak anywhere in this world that you are Brahman. If somebody asks, who are you? Then you have to answer it. You cannot answer, who are you? I am Sakshi Satchidananda Swarupoham. Are Baba, they are not asking that. They are asking something else. Who are you? Please answer it. This is also one kind of garva only. Aharaha garva parityajita means, see how many steps are there in this kind of arrogance. Things, beings, people, physical and mental status and intellectual status, even spiritual status. Even spiritual status also is a garva bhava. Aharaha, day by day, be alert. Aharaha garva parityaj. Brahma is completely different. This garva pride is completely different. One student, he studied in Sandipini Sadhana level, Gurudev time. And after study, he went on his own sadhana, whatever, he left. After long years, Puj Gurudev, that man, I don't know, somehow Puj Gurudev met that boy, or that boy met Puj Gurudev. And Gurudev asked him, it is happened in his life, Gurudev's life. Gurudev asked him, where did you live now? You know that boy, what he answered? Everywhere, Swamiji. Where not? In front of his Guru only. Everywhere, Swamiji. Where not? Aham Sarvagata Brahma. And Gurudev said, if you are Sarvagata Brahma, Namaskar. You know, this is also one kind of Adhyatma Garva. Aharaha Garva Parityajita means from any standpoint, we should ready to renounce that pride and arrogance. Tapo Garva, Yoga Garva, Japa Garva, Dhyana Garva, everything is Garva. That's why in a beautiful quotation our Gurudev used to say, whenever we feel I am humble, the next second we lose that status that we are humble. Because already we felt that I am humble man. That thought itself arrogance. How can you claim that you are a humble? Our humility will go away. So this is a part of dhyanam. Aharaha garva parityajyatam. And the last sadhana in meditation is buddhajanaihi vadah parityajyatam. You must renounce one thing. Parityajyata means you must drop one thing, that is argumentation with noble people. Buddhajanaihi vadaha parityajyatam. You should drop the habit of arguing with wise people. Argumentation habit we should drop. Why, Swamiji? Because in front of great people, if we ask something, okay, Swamiji, I don't know that thing, please explain. Swamiji, I have a doubt, please explain. Swamiji, what type of sadhana I should do, Swamiji, please explain. They are all allowed. But if we know little and we want to show ourselves in front of great people, then if they grasp, you know, this man is not ready to listen anything, they stop teaching. They don't say anything. They say, theek bhai, theek, right, whatever you are saying, I think that is also okay. Then we feel so, that master, you know, he submitted himself as you don't know that point. Some people, they are very much fond of their doubts. If other man wants to clear also, they don't allow. Because, you know, ask why you are not dropping this doubt. They say, you know, 20 Mahatmas, I asked the same doubt, nobody could answer. Buddhajanaihi vadah parityajyatam. We cannot maintain argumentation with wise people. In Kabir Das ji time, because he is a holy man, one great scholar, he approached Kabir Das ji. And Kabir Das ji said, Mahatma, why did you come? And that man said, I want to defeat you in debate. Kabir Das ji said, I accepted my defeat. There is no need for a debate. Bring whatever paper you want to bring, I will sign. You win, I lose. That's all. Buddhajanaihi vada parityajyatam. We cannot argument with the great people. Samvada, okay. Samvada means genuinely, if you want to know, you can. Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvade, Gita we say. It is Samvada. Arjuna asked so many questions to Bhagavan. Swami, what is that? Swamiji, who is this? Swamiji, how can I overcome this problem? Because he is genuine jignasu. That is okay. Vadana, okay. Samvadana, okay. But Vadana is not allowed in front of wise people. So these four are the meditative sadhanas. Brahmasmiti vibhavyatam aharaha garva parityajyatam dehe hammatirujyatam buddhajaneirvada parityajyatam. Please consider all the points. And we should be a good, noble, pure sadhakas. Not arrogant, argumentative, sadhakas. See, in sadhaka state also we should be careful. That's why Bhagavan is saying all the instructions for us, for sadhaka jagat.